On this week's episode of Famus Made, we have a special guest.
Hey, this is John Dutch. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with Famus Made, DMG Records, Blue Flame Studios. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
Thank you for being on Famus Made.
Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? We fam, so, you know what I'm saying? We link up.
Yes, sir.
What it is.
Yes, sir. So, explain to people who don't know who you are, that's not familiar with you, just give me a little rundown of who John Dutch is.
Currently, John Dutch is just a producer, you know what I'm saying, in the game. Formerly, I was assistant A&R for Bird Gang. Picked a lot of joints out for Max B. Did songs with Max, did songs with Stacks, you know what I'm saying? A lot of songs in the vault. Personal assistant at Asylum Records for the vice president at the time, Ron Spalding, and that's how I got into cool with, everybody in the Dipset, everybody in the Bird Gang movements and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit back history, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So did you start as an artist, producer? Like, cause most people, they start as a rapper.
Yeah.
And then they be like, alright, I figure I can start my way to making beats.
First, I started as an artist, you know what I'm saying? I started as a rapper, and I didn't even make beats. I used to shop my homie Detroit Red beats, and that's how I got him a couple Nipsey Hussle placements. I got him some 50 Cent placements because I used to go around and just shop his beats. Then over time, I just started making my own beats because I just thought I could. I liked the samples. I liked to loop my own instrumentals. That's where it started, and I took it from there.
Speaking of that, you said that you was working with Bird Gang. Explain your role as far as Max B's situation at that time, because that was a precious time period.
Well, yeah, I appreciate Jim Jones for allowing me to come around. You know what I'm saying? I was my title. I guess title was assistant A&R. You know what I'm saying? It's because Chris Luck, he was the A&R. So me and my homie Habib, we just used to run around with the assistant A&R title, and we just used to get in everywhere we needed to get into. Sell beats, just get into the building. Any record label, any studio, we was there every night. So basically, we just ran around with the assistant A&R for Bird Gang titles, and we just ran around the industry, creating havoc, man.
Yeah. So at the peak of Bird Gang and everything, when everything was running smooth and everything, like, tell us how Max B and Jim Jones and Stack Bundles, like, just give us a breakdown of how the interaction was, and like, or just even be in the studio with Max B. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I first came around, interaction was like a family. You know what I'm saying? Like Stacks, Jim, Max, everybody was like pretty much family. Like what I picked up from that situation is the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bird Gang collective had the best work ethic that I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to knock out 5-6 songs a night, and every single song would be a hit. So that's where I got like my work ethic. Like, every night I have to make a couple beats, I have to record a couple songs, because I feel bad if I don't. I gotta live up to that school that I came from, that school of Bird Gang, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to accomplish every day.
Yes, sir. What's the most songs you seen Max B knock out? Cause
she's in one day, probably like 4, you know what I'm saying? Like 4 solid songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it was crazy. I used to sit there and watch him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to study these artists. I came in and they weren't my favorite artists, but as I watched these artists in the studio, they became my favorite artists. So I used to watch the engineer as they laid their vocals down, see exactly how they were sounding, and just study, just be a student of the game. But I used to just run my ideas by Chris and just like, yo, I found this beat, or my homie made this beat, so let's play it in the studio. He'd be like, fine, just play it like when Jim comes in or when Max comes in. He'll delegate to the artist it needs to go to and be like, we're just gonna play it for them, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, I picked out instrumentals for a couple public domain mixtapes, like things like that. We just always in the studio just throwing out ideas, so, you know what I'm saying? Good times.
Mm-hmm. And you told me about it was a beat that Max B had and 50 Cent had. Explain that story.
Yeah, bro. Some producer sent us a beat. I think it was for
Amusement Park.
And we did the song first. I think it was actually on the producer was asking for some money, and I think they just threw it out as a mixtape joint. So they threw it out, I think, on DJ Drama's 7 Day Theory, a mixtape by Jim Jones. They threw it out, and that song was on there. And we what was the name of the song? Forgot the name of the song. But anyway, Max, Stax, and Jim were on the song. We threw it out, and I guess the producer got upset because we threw it out. He didn't get paid, and he shopped it to 50, and 50 shot the video and put it out as a single. So, you know what I mean? It's just, things work mysterious, you know what I'm saying? That's how the game is.
How often does that happen, or like?
That happens a lot, man. You know, when I was in the studio, like artists that have, I don't know, they wouldn't get the beat, or somebody else, a producer would sold the beat for them, and then before the other artist that bought the beat could release it, they would just throw the beat out, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, what he gonna do with it now? It's already used. So that was just a tactic that they used to use back then.
Yeah. Describe Stack Bundles, man. Like describe him as a person. Describe him overall. Like
Stax was, first of all, Stax was one of the dopest artists I've seen, like in person, like lay down a verse. Like the way he used to lay down his verse, he used to turn the music up as loud as it could go, put his head right by the speaker, the biggest speaker, and just start nodding his head, and just like crazy. We used to look at him like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? But when he went in the booth, it was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So that was Stax. He was like, he didn't write nothing down either. He just nodding his head for like 20 minutes and went right in the booth, and he'll do it like one take, and then his ad libs is legendary. I study his ad libs, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, were you in the studio when any of the hits were made, like Weatherman or Ballin' or any of those? Like,
yeah, I came around probably at the end of the Hustler's Poem album. Like, it was like maybe I think 2005, 2006. So I was there like for the end of the album. I think Weatherman, I was there for certain parts because it was originally Stack Bundle song, and he brought it to Jim, and then they put Lil Wayne on it. And funny story, that song, they kind of got upset at Lil Wayne because they made that song Weatherman first, and they put Lil Wayne on it, and then Lil Wayne went and made the Make It Rain with Fat Joe. So it was like, yo, it was kind of, but then it was like, it wasn't the issue, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all family, but you know what I mean? They did say something about it.
Mm-hmm. So did Wayne come, or they flew it?
Nah, they sent it to Wayne. That time they sent it to Wayne. You know, he came to the studio because he looked at the diplomats, the Bird Gang, like his family. So he used to come to the studio sometimes, but that time he was we sent it to him. He sent it back. Well, for the last couple years, I've been building my brand as an artist. But last year, I kind of made the transition to a producer because I've been producing most of my tracks anyway. And I think that I can get out there, you know, get my work out there. If I just work with a whole bunch of different artists, I'm able to create songs quicker if I can just do the beat, and other artists can like write the songs. So right now, I'm a producer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do rap, I'm an artist still, but I'm mainly a producer. I got a lot of projects coming out this year we've been working on, you know.
Anything you could talk about?
I'm excited about me and Mussolini. You know, we got a project, Gentleman of Leisure, that's coming out. We got Stacks coming out. My man Cuts Diego. You know, bro, we got probably 10 albums coming out this year, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got one coming out too, you know what I'm saying? It's coming out, it's just crazy, man. Izzy Hot, you know what I mean? We doing a lot of things over here. Chris Luck, who I mentioned, you know what I mean? Well, the A&R for Bird Gang, he's on the label I'm working with, and he's releasing a project too. So we just doing a lot of music.
Yeah, as you should though. Like when that work translates from back in the days till now, and still to see that you're still going, never giving up, because it's light at the end of the tunnel at the end of the day.
Growing up as like our generation, when you're trying to be a rapper, like, it's like a basketball player. The basketball player is trying to make it to the NBA. That's his goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, us as a rapper, growing up, when we grew up, our goal is to get signed. Like, we just want to get signed with a label. So, you know, that's what I had in my head. I got signed a couple times, and it just wasn't what I expected. So that's when I was like, I just want to do this myself. I want I want the artists to have a better experience that I had on the labels, you know, and just work hands on with them and just go from there. So I produce. I had all the equipment because I was recording artists for myself, and I just decided to, you know, let's expand the brand.
Do you blame the artist or do you blame the people that's trying to sign the artist? Because like some people go strictly by, okay, well, I did a deal with this person, they ripped me off, so I'm gonna do the same thing to the artist. How do you feel about that, and how do you kind of structure your contracts? Like, do you try to give them advice on it, on the contract, or is it more so like, take it, whatever it says, and that's on you?
No, I always, when I present a contract, I always say that this is, like a contract isn't like the final word, you know what I'm saying? Like when I give them a contract, it's like I expect them to, and I encourage them to go get their own lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Go look over the contract, and if there's something in the contract you don't like, scratch it out, bring it back, and then we'll adjust it. We'll work from there. So I'm not like, here's the contract, it's the standard contract, you have to sign it. If you don't sign it, then we're not working. Like I'm not really like that because I've been through all those contract situations before, and I'm just trying to, basically, I think if you treat the artist well, then, you know what I mean, like it's only up from there. So that's where we at right now.
Yeah, because we're in a space where obviously if you putting out, you want some return. Like that's just life.
Exactly,
period.
yeah.
But let's say, you know how artists be like, yo, you know what, this is probably not my thing. I don't want to deal with it. How does that play out? Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it is business, and that's why I think that like it's not personal. Like at the end of the day, like I know this is probably not a good example, but I used to like listen to what Puff was saying about you know what I'm saying, the length that an artist is normally on a label, the average length, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, an artist is only on your label for like average 3 to 4 years, you know what I'm saying? So I expect it to not fade out after that, but I expect them to elevate after that. Like I'm just here to help them, and I expect them to take it to other heights after, you know, we finish our agreement, and, you know, both parties can still work together. You know, just hit up my Instagram, OG Johnny Dutch. You can also hit up my label Instagram, DMG Dutch Music Group, you know what I'm saying? Just hit us up, let us check out your music. You're always welcome to book studio at Blue Flame Studios in Times Square, you know what I'm saying? So you come through there if I like what I hear. If you know what I mean, book a couple sessions, I'm definitely gonna be interested in working with you further. So